Hello, my friends. It is somewhere in the range of 5 a.m., and I am trudging through the darkness. Best thinking time. Allow me to present a hypothetical scenario for you. WrestleMania. It's huge, right? Madison Square Garden, or I don't know, pick a place of your choosing. Somewhere that houses thousands of people. Big shows being put on, and the main event starts, and you have, Killer Joe Basinski fighting, Mad Dog Matanin. And they get in the center of the ring and they talk their junk and I'm gonna kill you and no, you're not gonna kill me. I'm gonna wipe the floor up with you, brother, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's cheering. It's all crazy. And then somebody else enters the ring. It's another wrestler. The first two wrestlers are confused. The audience gets quiet. They think that maybe this is a part of the show, but then they see that, no, it's not. The first two wrestlers have nothing to say because that third wrestler was not part of the prearranged agreement. He wasn't there at the rehearsals. He wasn't there during the script meetings. Who is this person? This was not pre-planned. And that's what's happening right now in the world. These things you're seeing. The situation with their, quote, drones. It's not pre-planned. Everything they do, to some extent or another, is pre-planned. To square it down roughly, it is the massive equivalent of an ongoing WWE storyline. Everything's been talked about, everything's been prearranged, everything's been discussed beforehand, behind closed doors, in lodges, take your pick, underground bunkers. They've already talked about this stuff. And then they let it play out, and they let the idiots on the surface get caught up in all the insanity. But you can always tell when it's something they don't plan by how their reaction is. And I continue to watch everything unfold. People are seeing stuff now in San Diego. It's all up and down the East Coast now. It's spreading. Why is that? And yet nobody has a clue what they're seeing? What? We just caught this guy, the guy that killed the CEO in the park. They found him. That's so crazy, isn't it? They found him through sheer will and chutzpah and detective work and modern technology, but they can't tell me, excuse my language, what the fuck something is flying. What the fuck is flying over people's heads? Because they know. They know, and they don't know what to do about it. So they shuffle around, they tell their lies, because that's all they have is lies. That's all their world is built on, is lies. So when truth begins to rear its head, they cannot deal with it. If they can't bury it, they start glitching out like robots. That Senate hearing, it was insane. It was like something you'd see in a movie on television. It was insane. Well, I guess you did technically see it on television, but you know what I'm saying. It was insane. Because this is what these idiots revert to. When their precious, their precious storyline goes awry. It's the same thing in like the news. We're supposedly, like when they have like a news story, and they're covering something, and it's like we're supposed to believe that what they're covering is they're just out there covering this thing, but even that's prearranged. So you see those news stories where like something just out of left field happens and the reporter just doesn't know what to do. that deer in headlights look that they give the camera. Yeah. Imagine that, but on a wide scale. You know? Like, we're looking at a phenomenon. I'm sorry. A force is coming upon this planet that has not been here for a very long time. You can make of that what you will. You know? If I hear Project Bluebeam one more time, I'm gonna stab myself in the eye. It's... Bro, we've been living in Bluebeam for the longest. Like, I've seen planes that weren't planes, that were holograms. I've seen, you know, like, I've seen cars shift into other machines and drive away, hover away, fly away. This crap has been around us the entire time. We've just been so stupid, and I don't mean you guys, obviously. I mean, like, yeah, that we didn't see it. There's been so much under our noses, and everybody's just been like, you know? This is a time of awakening, waking up, man. This is when we start to see what things really are. And most of these people, they're not ready for it. Count your lucky stars that most of you have gone through what you've gone through up until now. Some of it's been traumatic, some of it's been rough, but it's gotten you ready for what's coming. Because we've already had our world has been torn apart process. We've already dealt with this. This is dollar menu shit compared to what we've been through. You know? And a lot of people don't get through it. They don't make it. They lose their mind. They lose grip with their sanity. They're in mental institutions. They're on the streets. They're OD'd in a room somewhere because they can't deal. With the occulted truths of the world. Because some way, somehow, they got a peek behind the curtain. And it was quite the sight. We've had to deal. We've had to continue on. We've had to live our lives despite what we know. Despite all the insanity around us. So, you know. But you can tell that they don't know what to do. That they don't know how to deal with this. You know, every video it seems like I watch, it's just like they always use, like, it's so funny, like the psychological manipulation. Mystery drones swarm New Jersey area, and they use a thumbnail of like some, you know, boil in a bag drone you can get from like Ace Hardware on somebody's front lawn in the middle of the daytime. So you form that connection immediately. You know, I think some of the most truthful reporting I saw recently was when they were talking about it in San Diego, and the guy was just like, yeah, it moved over us and it didn't make a sound. That's what people have been seeing. Because remember, in some of the early reports, they're saying, oh, they're so loud. Well, because that's not the actual phenomenon. That's the shit that they're sending up in the air to muddle everything. As if I didn't mention that before, but it's just like, yeah, this thing's going on, so now we're going to send up 15 RR drones and just completely, you know, you have to imagine, for every, you know, probably every 3 of these machines, this phenomenon that's actually up there, they've got like, you know, 10 of their things running around. Because that's how they operate. Gotta muddle the playing field. It's like, there's a scene, I hope I'm not jumping around too much, but there's a scene in Batman, though one of the Batman movies, I think it's Batman Forever, where Batman's like he's confronting Two-Face, so he's gonna like F with Two-Face. So Two-Face goes to make his decision. Two-Face goes to make his decision, and Batman just throws a bunch of coins, like identical coins, in the air at the same time, and Two-Face just does not know what to do, so he just falls over into the trench, into the hole. And that's one of their tactics. See, there was the actual coin, but now we're just gonna throw a bunch of coins up in the air at the same time, so you don't even know what the hell you're looking at. That's what they do too. But all shall be revealed, my friends. All shall be revealed. What's that song? The revolution will not be televised. You will not be able to tune out, to bug out, to put your head in the sand. The revolution will be live. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'll talk to you when I talk to you.